Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Howling Hoosier Outdoors. Today, we're going to be covering a topic that really has nothing to do with the outdoors, but it does fall more into an urban survival application. And this is lockpicking. I was first introduced to this concept at one of the survival schools I attended, where we had to open up a combination lock, and through a series of puzzles and mental exercises, we were able to piece together the combination. But as I was holding this lock, it was a very cheap dollar store contraption. To call it a lock would be very generous, but I had no idea how to shim it and how to open it easy without knowing the combination. So when I got home, I started doing research, and that is where my love of lock sports and lock picking kind of started. So let's get right into this. So when it comes to lock picking, there's really only three tools that you need. The first is a lock. This is a good practice lock. You can get these off Amazon, or you can get them from professional websites. But this is just a clear acrylic lock that enables you to see the inner pins and tumbler. The next is your tension wrench. And these come in all various shapes, sizes, styles. You can get top of the keyway. This one that I'm holding was actually made out of a windshield wiper. And then we have our actual picks. And the three picks that I find myself using the most are the single pick. This is a low hook, and that offers a good amount of precision when you're going into your lock. You can see that I can just individually lift these guys up one at a time without much hassle. The next one that I use is what's known as an S-rake. You can see that kind of looks like a squiggly line. And what this is used for typically is just going in and raking, feeling those out, and we can quickly identify which ones are bounded up. And then the last one that I use most of the time is what I know as a city rake, and this imitates kind of a bump key. So you can really aggressively get in. You can hear those going. You can aggressively get in and imitate a key and typically bump those into place. And you can go out and get a beginner's kit. This is the Southord PXS 14. This will run you about $30. This is just the case anymore. I've since swapped out almost all of my picks, and some have broken, some have gotten lost. So this is just the case, but this is kind of what you're looking at. And it comes with a good variety of picks right out of the gate. So to actually pick a lock, what you're attempting to do is to set every one of these individual pins at what's known as the shear line. So we're going to put our tension wrench in there. It's a little small. So we're going to put our tension wrench in there, and that's going to cause these pins to bind up. And then you just have to unbind those pins. Okay, so that one's floating free, that one's floating free. All right, so I can tell that pin number 5 is bound up. So just by applying a little bit of pressure, you can feel him slowly go to where he needs to. There he goes, felt him pop. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay, number 3 is bound. And he's good. Number 4 is good. Check these other ones. Number 1. And then, there we go. All right, so now that we saw how to single pin pick, we're going to be using our S-rake. So once again, put that tension wrench in there, light pressure. You can see that's just raking all of these until you get the right combination. Boom. And then when you're using your city rake, it is the exact same process. Try and get that focused a little bit for you. And then with this, it's less of a sliding motion and more of a rocking motion. for the city rake, not the S rake. The S rake, you want more sliding motion. Just going to imitate that key. And see how it's just raking all those pins. But eventually, there we go. All right, so next we're going to tackle this 30mm brass lock from Brinks. Tension wrench, we're going to put that at the bottom of the keyway. Attack this with our snake or S rake. Apply some light tension. Oh, and there we go. Alright guys, so that is a intro to Lockpicking 101. Again, this, by comparison to what I've seen other people do, is not a very difficult lock to open. You just saw me do it in about 30 seconds with an S-rake. However, with the techniques and being able to use a single pin pick and with raking and stuff like that, you can open virtually any lock with enough skill and enough time and effort, a lot of which I do not yet currently possess. I'm more about speed and efficiency versus the art of single pin picking. However, this was just a good introductory video, so hope you all enjoyed. Stay awesome.